There are 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. But however, of course, through these 4 seasons, video games release. But however, which one is the best season? However, the thing here is the best season has to be the one that brings the least rushed games, the least worst games, and more of the good games. Even underrated. If we end up saying something like, oh yeah, the fall season, that's right, the fall season. Think about it, the fall, you gotta think twice, okay? Here's what I'm trying to say to you, because the fall season here, it brings in more rushed games because the holidays, that's right, the holiday. As we rule out fall, we can look at winter, because when it's winter time, we have Christmas, the New Year started, and etc. But however, how many games are good, and we do get the least rushed titles. But however, we have to rival that with other seasons, so let's go. When it comes to summer, yes, they're mostly download titles, but other than that, are these games the hit or miss? And the exact answer is yes. So unfortunately, it's not a good rival with winter. Now, however, as we ruled out summer, we take a look at spring. That's right, spring. So it's winter versus spring, that's right. When it comes to spring, yeah, critics nag too much on games released on spring. But however, they end up becoming good no matter what the critics say. But in terms of the least rushed games, between winter and spring doesn't have that much of a reason to rush a game out in spring. There's no reason to rush a game out in the spring. However, spring has more games released compared to winter, and however, or even let's break it down to this thing: more notable games released in spring compared to winter, especially at the end of spring, because when it comes to spring, there's less rushed games. There's more finished games, and there's more titles releasing, getting ready to start off the summer block, and pretty much they would end up releasing basically near spring's ending. As people still buy games in spring is like a more breathable release window. Fall and winter are actually more overhyped, and that ends up leading to more rushed games. But however, when it comes to summer, while they do get the least rushed games normally become hit or miss. But however, when it comes to spring, there's more variety of titles and more titles that release near the end of spring that aim to kick off the summer block. And because it is in spring, it is a more breathable window. I mean, nobody hypes up over Easter. I mean, rare hype over Easter, let's be honest here. The least hype brings the least rushed games. And this brings to spring being the winner. When it comes to spring, it's more breathable for everybody. Because, yes, developers get more time. While at the same time, developers don't rush. And however, gamers don't deal with rushed games. Gamers deal with more good games, and there's, yes, why they end up being underrated at times. The games end up being more enjoyable when they're released in spring. It took a lot of deep thought for me to pretty much get this whole thing figured out, and to be able to come up with an answer for the question. This question popped up in my head, and I'm like, okay, I need to make a video about this. That is all for this video, and I will be looking forward to you in the next one.